weekly reading for the collective, which is timeless and general, as always. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Remember that when you catch this, it's for the coming week for you. I'm going to start. Wait, what am I starting with? Ooh, you know what? My Rumi book is out of reach, but I have this Think book. So I'm going to read a passage from this by Dr. Robert Anthony. No idea who that is, no idea where this book came from. I just ended up in my possession and it's got some cool stuff in it. So, okay, there are many things I want, but few things I need. So, we've got something here about wanting versus needing. So, going with a couple angel cards. Education. There we go. I just have to get close enough to the camera. And understanding. Oh, and it's so interesting too, because I guess getting close to isn't necessarily the right thing. This camera is just um so she's reading something with this understanding. Sure. I've been trying to call angels its because I don't know, but I know some people kind of associate gender with angels. And there's long hair here. I don't know. She he 'cause boys can have long hair too. Yeah, with this understanding, it's like with the education card, we have what looks like a classroom with the angels sitting at their desks and the kind of the head teacher angel. And what is that? Oh, yeah, it's just kind of they're just hanging out in the clouds. Uh, and with this understanding, it's like taking what has been taught and studying it more, really taking it in, integrating it, absorbing it, doing your homework. Um, there's a lot of learning here, and through that learning is comes some kind of understanding, and really taking time to dive deep into something specific. And so this education could be general life lessons. Maybe you are going to school or learning something through some kind of program. Maybe you are an educator. I mean, we learn the best when we teach, um, because becoming a teacher means that we have mastered a subject, or better to say, we've gotten to a point where we can share what we've learned, and then as we share it, we become masters of that subject. Okay, so let me go with the wisdom of the oracle. Oh, exchanging gifts in reverse, 27. Chaos and conflict, 33. TikTok, 30. Interesting too, because we have 963. So it almost speaks to me of like taking a subject and breaking it down to getting down to the basics. No, yeah. But okay, so there seems to be a situation here that where you may feel like you have given a lot of yourself, your time, your resources, and haven't gotten gotten an equal exchange for those things. Or this can also be where you may have mm, like jumped into something, felt like, you're ready to take something on, start a new project, something like this, and um, come to discover you didn't have all the facts. You didn't have all the tools. You didn't have what you needed to, you just didn't have the knowledge in general, the understanding, right, of what was actually needed for this thing. And so, either way, this has led to chaos and conflict. This has led to a situation where you might feel where you're in over your head, or you may feel like, wow, I've really given a lot of myself here and I'm not getting back what I need. And it's interesting with this image because we have this zebra here, which has the skin of a giraffe, but that's starting to kind of, you know, break apart, float away. And we're seeing the true colors. Now we're seeing what's underneath. So I feel like there's something here where you are, again, either you are understanding that, like, you're seeing down below the surface, you're starting to see what's underneath something that you couldn't see before, simply because, you tried something and you're like, whoa, I'm really not prepared for this. Or if you have been, say, overgiving, you're starting to see below the surface of somebody who's been happily receiving what you've been giving, but not reciprocating. And so with TikTok, yeah, see, yeah, through you're getting some kind of education uh around something that you need to learn more about. That's going to take some time. And there is divine timing at play here with the chaos and conflict. It's like, this is one of those more difficult life lessons where, yeah, something is happening that you are meant to learn from. And it's those difficult life lessons that really do teach us the most, help us to grow the most. So as uncomfortable as it is, it's actually it's a blessing. It's really helping you to understand yourself better, to understand a situation better, to recognize that you do need more in some way. Somehow you need more education around a situation for your own betterment. There's Lioness Kitty Cat. Good morning. I'm so glad you are here. I was just thinking about you. Um, Curious how your kitty charisma channel is going, or better to say, not your channel. How your journey is going. I've been looking for your updates. um, Kitty charisma. She's on her own path of education and understanding about herself and taking care of her body and figuring out what it needs. So, yeah, anyway, it's an awesome thing you are doing, sharing that with the world. So, moving on, going with the heart's hidden secrets. We have conflicted decisions, hot and cold, multiple choices. Hmm. Hoping, expecting, faith, and manifesting. Second chance, reconciliation, making amends, and opportunity. Okay. So, through this uncomfortable process, whatever chaos and conflict you've been dealing with, and kind of the conflicted feelings that it's bringing up within you, you're starting to become aware. Now, this could have already happened in the past, by the way, because everyone's on a different timeline. I'm gonna read it as if I'm just gonna anyway. I need to stop explaining. Anyway, um, yeah, it's like there are multiple choices, decisions to make about something, about what you need to do to make something work, or what you need to do. Well, yeah, to resolve some kind of conflict, whether that's internal conflict or that's with someone else. And with this hoping card, it's like this feels tied to this understanding. It's where you are thinking about, if you are conflicted, if you do have multiple choices, you have an idea of where you want to get to, of the outcome that you want, and having faith that you are going to get there. Or maybe there's something about leaning into your faith, because in a period of, when we are facing kind of chaos and conflict, feeling, yeah, conflicted, conflict, you're put into this place of trying to figure out the path that is the best one for you, which involves education and understanding where you've been, what hasn't worked, so that you can make the right decisions to make something work in your favor. And so with second chance, that's happening. Uh, you, through manifesting, through having faith, you are bringing something around. And by manifesting, I mean you are taking an idea, you're taking a concept, this original concept that um you weren't necessarily prepared for, and you're like, okay, I'm going to educate myself, I'm going to learn, I'm going to study up, and this is bringing it. And so through doing that, you are creating the physical opportunity to try again, whether that's with a person, maybe through some kind of work that you're doing on yourself, you are bringing something back around. Or just through this education process, you're in a new place and you're like, okay, I'm ready to take on this thing, this person, whatever, in a new way, because I've come to understand things in a new way. I know how to show up differently to help navigate this differently than I did before, to help potentially change a dynamic, even if we're talking about this over giving kind of thing. Uh, this is you understanding why you might feel like you need to overgive, where that stems from, why you have that desire to give even when you're not getting something in return, and deciding, okay, well, that hasn't been working for me. So now I'm going to you know set some boundaries or something. And so it's all a process, but there's so much learning within this, which I love. And so, yeah, you can be reconciling with somebody. Maybe someone's making amends with you, or you're doing the same with someone else. Who's here? Girl Wake Up Podcast and Mojo Tarot. Good morning, you guys. Happy Sunday, everyone. All right. So, yeah, yeah. Going with the Osho Zen Tarot. We've got nothingness, which is the Hierophant in traditional tarot. So we have Taurus energy. New vision, which is right, yeah, it's the Hangman in other decks, which is Pisces energy. New vision, love that. Yeah, and integration. There it is. This integration is the understanding. Okay, awesome. I love this because the nothingness speaks to me of that place. It's the void, which is, it's not about nothing at all. Everything exists within the void. This is the place of infinite possibility, infinite potential. And from the void, from this place, you are gaining new insight. You have a new understanding. And you can see down below here, there's a figure who's on their hands and knees and they're kind of rooted to the earth. And then coming up out of that, and what looks like he's coming up out of a box. He, she, I guess it's a he. Um, and rising up, stepping out of a place that was constricting, where it's like feeling like you're held down, you're on your hands and knees, and it's like this new vision is helping you to rise up. And this figure is growing feathers, and you can see wings starting to form behind him. So you're having a new understanding about who you are, what you have to offer. You're learning so much about yourself, and you're taking this new vision, this new idea, this new concept, and you're integrating it. You are you are allowing it to form you in a new way, which makes me think, I keep bringing this up, the movie The Dark Crystal, where you have the different, the different creatures, the mystics and the Skeksis, and they come together to form the whole thing, this whole new being. And and we have the dark, we have the shadow, and we have the light. Excuse me. You are integrating the shadow and the light. You are doing some serious shadow work here. You're kind of forced into it. This could very much speak to a dark night of the soul kind of situation, with this chaos and conflicted, having to make decisions, and feel you don't even know. Like, you didn't realize, you, we don't know what we don't know. And then we're presented with something and we're like, oh, I never thought about that before. I need some time to integrate. And then that integration process, it's like the integration process is a consistent thing that keeps happening. You take that, all the infinite possibilities, and you focus it down to one thing. There's something in particular that's very inspiring, that is helping you to step outside of the box, outside of your comfort zone, helping you to grow your wings, to be able to fly, to move in a new direction. and you are, in a sense, it's like being reborn, rebirthed, and then here you are learning all about yourself and this new idea about who you are, how you want to show up, the situation in general. And there's something that's coming back around because we see the snake eating its tail. Second chance, a new opportunity. Maybe it's an opportunity yeah, it's an opportunity that you had before, but you weren't ready for it. And then through this period of time, through gaining all this knowledge and understanding, then it comes back around and you're like, okay, now I'm ready. Now I know what to do with this, with myself. um, okay. Light seers just winked at me. Three of Swords, the Chariot, Cancerian energy, and Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, see? You're taking that heartbreak. It was a really difficult thing, whatever, times, whatever you've been through that's been so tough. And you're like, okay, I'm using this to figure out how to get the energies in alignment to get me where I want to go, to have that victory. And that's the thing about the Chariot is the victory, the success comes from the difficulty, comes from falling on your ass and picking yourself back up again and being like, what happened? Okay, we have the dark and the light. We have the shadow and the light, I should say. And this is bringing those different aspects of yourself into alignment so that you can reach that finish line. That is what the charioteer does. Keeps those energies wrangled, going in cooperating, going in the same direction, and that leads you to this amazing sense of accomplishment. Both of these speak to victory and accomplishment, but here you are, you're able to enjoy and appreciate what you've accomplished. You're like, I did this all on my own. You are like reclaiming your independence or just stepping fully into it and just like, I don't need anybody to make me successful, to help me get me where I need to go. Sure, it's nice to have that, but I can do this all on my own. And so there's this sense of like, wow, I can, like, self-reliance. I got this. And this is through this education, through this understanding, through this all came from this difficult situation, from all this chaos and conflict and not knowing. You've learned to lean on your faith, to trust yourself in a difficult situation in a way I don't think you have before. So, okay. Yeah, I guess I'm doing this another way. Am I? No. Gonna push the cards this way. All right. So, Radical Abundance deck. I can't tell you how happy it makes me when people resonate with, with the readings. It's just, yeah, I'm very glad. Lioness. But we've got health. And I love this card. I love this image because this bird is holding a staff, and at the top of that staff is a heart, and it says love. And then on the chest, we see the sun and we see the peace symbol. And to me, this speaks of really coming into alignment with yourself through like coming to a sense of peace after the chaos and conflict, after the heartbreak. It's like this is the heart being healed and finding that peace. Finding because of the understanding, with the sun there. It's like there's this illumination, and it's all about the love, and it's like you sharing, in a way it's like wearing your heart on your sleeve. It's like understanding that showing up with love for yourself first of all, and then just being open and ready to share that with the world. That this is true. This speaks to true emotional health, which affects mental health. That they're very intimately connected, which all is tied to physical health. Because if your mental health is not good, you will have physical manifestations of that. You will. If you have physical issues, chances are there's something causing it, something in your psyche. Louise Hay was a pioneer in this understanding. You can heal your life. Excellent book, and she breaks it down. She actually has a huge list of ailments, and then she has what could be causing those ailments, and then affirmations to help work with turning that around. Thoughtfulness. You're understanding your connection to the cosmos, to the universe in a whole new way. You're spending a lot of time thinking about your place in not just the world, but in the universe. I think also what you've been through has made you more thoughtful about, because of your difficulty and heartbreak. It is putting you, or has put you, into this place of seeing how you show up in a new way, like wanting to be more kind and compassionate and considerate of others because of having gone through this, and just being really walking with a lighter step, having more care for what you do and how you interact with others, how you show up. Honor, yeah, honoring yourself for what you've been through and coming out the other side victorious. Honoring those on your path who have helped you, and even those who have hurt you, because it's all helped you get to where you need and want to go. And this honor too, he's holding a knife, or a sword. It's a sword. Blade down. He's like, I've got my sword to cut away what doesn't serve anymore, and I will use it if I need to. But I do it from a place of, again, from a place of honoring others in their process, honoring yourself and what you need. It's a very calm, peaceful kind of energy. No, and honor too is your honor. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you're deciding you want to become a judge of some kind, an honorable judge. um, being fair, wanting to, yeah, wanting to be fair. Hmm. Taking it. This speaks to that, what I talk about sometimes, your mess to success. Something that's been really difficult that you go through, and then through all of your learning from that, then you're able to do something with it, to rise up and share that with the world, with others who need similar kinds of assistance or are going through similar kinds of things. All right, going with the gateway of light activation. Yeah, evolving. Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. Honoring the self. It all starts with the self. Everything, which can be a little bit of a hard pill to swallow when you're first like you're like, "Oh my god, even the bad stuff, that's me too." Dang, I don't even know what to do with that information. But when you start to be like, okay, well, if it does come back down to me, then you have a new basis from which to start. You're like, okay, well, since it's all up to me, since I'm the one making the decisions and I have the ability to change whatever I don't like, what was I doing before and how can I do it differently? It's liberating. The central sun, abundance downloads, regeneration, and success. Yeah. Yep. You are regenerating, and there is great success on the other side of this. And the central sun. I mean, like I talked about that. This kind of idea of like things being illuminated for you in a whole new way that you just couldn't see it before. You didn't know what you didn't know. Halls of learning. Yep. Spirit guides, confirmation, great lessons. Oh, yeah. Understanding, education, great learning. Your spirit guides are there with you. And I feel like that's a part of what's happening with you. You are becoming with you having had to lean on your faith more through difficulties. You're like, "Oh, yeah, I definitely have had assistance here." You're developing a deeper connection to your spirit guides because you're getting confirmation as you go through this learning, as you develop this understanding. You're like, "Oh, things are aligning in a whole new way. Things are clicking into place." Pleiadian activation, coming together, harmony in the heavens, resolution. Yeah. And this coming together speaks to this reconciliation, making amends, resolution, harmony, harmony in the heavens, which is interesting because it kind of, this thoughtfulness image makes me think of that. All this harmony, yeah, being connected to the universe in a new way, in this very harmonious way, because of understanding that you are an extension of source, the universe, God. We are, and physically, we are literally made of stardust. It's all energy anyway. So, where am I at? Okay. I want to get some cards from the Magic of You Oracle. And there's the sun. So happy you are here. Um, yeah. There's a song by the Stranglers called There's Always the Sun. It's been running through my head recently. Doable. The key is within your grasp. Number 4. Yeah. Yep. So this journey that you've been on, the education and understanding, all this learning, all these great lessons has brought you to the point where you now have access to that key to success. Which the magic you seek is inside of you. Let it flow. 36. Yeah, which breaks down to a 9. And so does exchanging gifts. In the upright, it's about providing value, providing services or whatever, giving of yourself and receiving in return. That reciprocal kind of give and take. And this all starts with you. The magic you seek is inside of you. Just like I've been talking about. Let that magic flow. That is all what this learning is about. Merrick. Embrace oneness with the universe. 16. Oh my. Yeah. I love when the cards just yeah, send the word escaped me. Confirm. Confirm what I've been saying. I don't even fully understand what's happening here. That this foot is stepping down. I talked about walking lightly, and I get that sense here. Gently walking into the world. Embrace that oneness with the universe, that understanding that you are an extension of it. You are connected to everything around you, living and inanimate. Doesn't matter, it's all energy. And that's part of the magic. Letting that magic flow. What's happening here? Oh, I see. So there's a figure here with the hands up like this. And then all within that is the moon and these trees, this bird. The magic you seek is inside of you. And the moon represents your intuition, that part of you that is directly connected to the universe. That's where you get your downloads from. And this is kind of holding a space for that, letting it, cultivating that, your intuitive abilities. It's a part of this growth, this learning, this understanding. So, okay, I want to get some cards from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Patience. Ah, the dreaded P word. 36. But it aligns with TikTok. It's all divine timing, which simply means that things happen when they're meant to happen and not before. And yeah, just knowing that you're on a journey. And this breaks down to 9. The magic you seek is inside of you, let it flow. So you know patience is required as you do that deep inner dive, connecting, being thoughtful about your connection to the universe and your journey toward that understanding, and learning how to show up in a new way, how to value yourself, how to set boundaries, all of it. Yeah, it takes time to go through transformation. We don't just suddenly, like, most of the time, we don't just wake up one day and go, okay, I'm going to be different now. Like, we have to integrate, right? To take those lessons and really like spend time with them, thinking about them. But you are absolutely on the right path. Oh man, and then we have pleasure, 18, which also breaks down to a 9. We have a lot of 9s here. A lot of 9s, which is a number of completion in tarot. Well, almost completion. It's like you're just getting there. But in numerology, it is a number of completion. because with 9, we start back around at 1. There's so much pleasure that you are learning to lean into, to experience just through being yourself, just through, I don't know. I mean, yeah, we have the butterflies here. There is transformation. And this patience too, I'm noticing the red balloon, and we've got the red heart here. It's like taking that heartbreak and then using it as a guide, as a light in a way. Taking it with you and it's like making the pain, it's what's the word? Not transforming, transforming that pain and making it light. That pain has been very heavy or was very heavy, and now it's like you're taking it with you, but it's not holding you down, it's not holding you back. There's that sense of lightness. And action. Wow. 15. Which breaks down to a 6. So does chaos and conflict. It's like you're taking action on on the things that you were struggling with. You have a new understanding, and so you are taking action in a new way. And I love both of these. Both of these are very similar kind of energy, because you're taking action in a way that feels good. You're leaning into that pleasure, like all that energy inside you that just wants to flow, wants to come out. That magic you seek is inside you. This is taking inspired action. Okay. Oh. Okay, sure. Going with the guides of the hidden realms. Thank you for being here. If you're here, Girl Wake Up podcast, glad you made it. Letting go of stories, surrendering attachments, releasing unconscious patterns. 34. Yeah, there it is. That's a part of the understanding. That's part of the learning. It's surrendering. Surrendering attachments to things that don't serve. Connection through the cosmos. Community. Everything is connected. The law of reciprocity. What? 29. Law of reciprocity. Connecting through the cosmos. Holy. Embrace oneness with the universe. This is a part of this thoughtfulness. I mean, it just goes on and on, even with this patience. Everything is connected. Like I was saying, everything is energy. All the time in the world. Oh my gosh, with TikTok here, it's all about the divine timing, like I was saying. Having enough time management. 28. Which breaks down to a 10, which breaks down to a 1. So yeah, we have coming to the end of cycle and coming back around again. All the time in the world. If there's something in you where you're like, I'm worried this isn't happening in the right time, it's or like it's got to hurry up, time's ticking. There's a sense of like panic almost. It's like, no, 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 just calm down. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna learn what you need to learn in the right time. So I feel like it's time to wrap this up. I'm going to pick some cards from, or pick a card, a rune card. I haven't gotten a card from this deck in a minute. Nathies, which, yeah, this speaks to those difficulties. Where you feel like you lose everything, but what do you have left? You still got family. You're still alive. You made it through. You made it through 100% of your worst days. You're going to make it through this too. Let me find this real quick. These pages are not numbered. Oh, second page I turned to. Love it. Now thieves. The appearance of this rune suggests that someone or something is currently not meeting your needs or is hindering your chances of fulfillment. Interesting. Where we started. The rune is associated with the ancient Nordic need fire, a sacred fire that ancient tribes would light during times of hardship, such as poverty, war, disease, or famine. It is possible that you are having a tough time materially or emotionally, or both. You may feel depleted and frustrated and unable to move forward because of these limitations. But it is during times of challenge and hardship that we learn and grow the most. Thanks for the confirmation. The card is urging you to stay patient. Oh, wow. Stay patient and not allow self pity or bitterness to get the better of you. There may be delays, but the hard times will pass and there is light ahead. Oh, wow. Hard times will pass. Indeed, sometimes challenges and hardships are absolutely the best way to strengthen our resolve and help us focus on what truly matters in our lives. And I'm going to bring this back to that quote that I started with. We can want a lot of things, but we need very few. Something like that. And this is you coming to that understanding that your needs are always being met. And if they're not, you're figuring out how to do that for yourself. And the wants, yeah, they come. They come and go. That's a part of life, right? And we have some confirmation there. So I'm going to end it on that note. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and week wherever you are in the world. And I will see you on the next video. And thanks so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing. And leave a comment if it resonates.